Good day, everyone. I am Catherine Candado, and I'm here to present this numbers 1 to 20 problem application. For the problem 1 is about centrifugal pump power. The problem is a centrifugal pump delivers water at a discharge of 0.06 cubic meter per second against a head of 28 meters. If the overall efficiency is 78%, determine the power required to drive the pump. So the given in the problem is we have the discharge of 0.06 cubic meter per second, and we have the head of 28 meters, the overall efficiency of 78%, and we have the value of density and the gravity, which is one for density is 1000 kilogram per cubic meter, and for the gravity is 9.81 meter per second squared. So the required of this problem is the power required to drive the pump or the um, shaft power. So for the formula first, for the solution first, let's get the hydraulic power with the formula of density times gravity times the discharge times the head. So with this, 1000 kilogram per cubic meter times 9.81 meter per second squared times 0.06 cubic meter per second times 28 meter, we can get the hydraulic power of 16,480.8 watts. Next is to get the shaft power, which is the formula is the hydraulic power over the overall efficiency, which is 16,480.8 watts over 0.78, which is we can get at 21,129.23 watts, or in kilowatts we can get at 21.13 kilowatts as the value for the power required to drive the pump. Next is for the problem number 2 about pump discharge. We have a centrifugal pump has an impeller outlet diameter of 0.45 meter rotating at 900 RPM. The flow velocity at outlet is 2.8 meter per second and outlet width is 40 mm. Determine the discharge of the pump. So we have a given of diameter of the outlet, which is 0.45 meters. We have the um, speed of 900 RPM. We have the flow velocity of 2.8 meter per second, and the width is 40 mm, which is 0.04 meters. The required is the discharge of the pump. So for the solution, the formula is pi times the diameter times the width times the flow velocity, which is we can get a 0.1584 cubic meter per second. Next is for the problem number 3 is about hydraulic power of pump. The problem is water is pumped at a rate of 0.45 liter per second to a height of 22 meters. Determine the hydraulic power delivered by the pump. So the given is we have the uh, rate of discharge or the flow rate of 45 liter per second and a head or a height of 22 meters. The required is the hydraulic power. So the solution for this is first, let's convert the given flow rate, which is in liter per second, to cubic meter per second. So we can get a 0.045 meter cube per second, which is in one liter. I mean in 1,000 liter, it has a 1 cubic meter. So we can get a 0.045 meter cube per second. And for the hydraulic powers formula, we have the discharge times the head, or the height, times the density times gravity. And we can get a 9.71 kilowatts for the hydraulic power. Next is for the problem number 4. So the problem number 4 is about reciprocating pump discharge. So the problem is a single acting reciprocating pump has a piston diameter of 180 mm and a stroke length of 320 mm. The crankshaft rotates at 55 rpm. Determine the theoretical discharge in cubic meter per second. So given we have the diameter or the piston diameter of 180 mm, which is equals to 0.18 meter, and we have the stroke length or the length is equals to 320 mm, which is equals to 0.32 meters, and we have the speed of 55 rpm. So the required for this problem is the theoretical discharge in cubic meter per second. So the solution, first, get the area, which is the formula will be pi times d squared over 4. So the formula will be 0.0254 cubic, I mean meter squared. And next, since we already have the value of area, let's plug in it to the formula to get the theoretical discharge of Q is equals to area times the length times the speed over 60. So we can get a theoretical discharge of 0.00747 cubic meter per second. So next, let's move on to problem number 5. For the problem number 5 is all about pump efficiency. A pump delivers a 0.04 cubic meter per second of water under a total head of 24 meters while consuming 18 kilowatts of power. Determine the overall efficiency of the pump. So given we have the discharge of 0.04 cubic meter per second and we have the total head of 24 meters, and we have the shaft power of 18 kilowatts. So for the required is to find the overall efficiency of the pump. So the solution in this problem is first we need to find the hydraulic power, which is the formula will be density times gravity times mass times flow rate times the head, which is we can get the hydraulic power of 941 7.6 watts. And next is we can now get the value of the overall efficiency, which is the formula will be the hydraulic power over the shaft power, which is equals to overall efficiency is equals to 0.5232, or in percentage, we can get 52.32% of overall efficiency. Next, for the problem number 6 is the specific speed of the pump. So the problem is a centrifugal pump operates at 1,200 rpm, delivering a zero point 0.9 cubic meter per second against a head of 30 meters. Determine the specific speed of the pump. So the given for this problem is we have the speed of 120 rpm, we have a discharge of 0.09 cubic meter per second and a head of 30 meters. So the formula for the specific speed is specific speed or ns is equals to n times the square root of the discharge over the head raised to the power of 0.75 or 3 over 4. So the value for the specific speed is 28.08 rpm. Next, for the problem number 7, is all about manometric head. So the suction pressure of a centrifugal pump is negative 40 kPa, and the delivery pressure is 220 kPa. The velocity at suction and delivery pipes are 2 meter per second and 3.5 meter per second respectively. Determine the manometric head developed by the pump. Let's identify the given first, which is we have the PS or at the suction pressure, which is negative 40 kPa, and we have the delivery pressure of 220 kPa. We have the velocity at the suction, which is 2 meter per second, and we have the delivery velocity of 3.5 meter per second. The required is the value for the manometric head. So the formula for the manometric head is equals to the delivery pressure minus the suction pressure over density times gravity plus the velocity at delivery squared minus the squared value of velocity at the suction over the 2 times the gravity. which is we can get a value of manometric head of 26.92 meters. So next, for the problem number 8, we can get it is about pump input power. So a pump lifts water from a reservoir of 18 meters below the pump center line to another reservoir of 32 meters above the pump. The discharge is 0.05 cubic meter per second and the pump efficiency is 75%. Determine the required input power. So the given in this problem, we have the um, height below the pump, which is 18 meters, and height above the pump of 32 meters. And we have the discharge value of 0.05 cubic meter per second, and we have an overall efficiency of 75% or 0.75. The required will be the shaft power. So the solution for this is first we need to have the total head or the height, total height, which is um, height above plus the height below of the pump, which is 18 plus 32 meters is equals to 50 meters. Next is we need to get the hydraulic power. So the formula will be density times gravity times the discharge times the height or the head. We can get 24,525 watts. Next, we can now get the shaft power, which is the formula will be shaft power is equals to hydraulic power over the overall efficiency. So we have 24,525 watts over 0.75, and we can get a shaft power of 32.7 kilowatts or 32,700 watts. Next, for the problem number 9, which is about slip and reciprocating pump. So a reciprocating pump has a theoretical discharge of 0.028 cubic meter per second and an actual discharge of 0.025 cubic meter per second. Determine the slip and the percentage slip. So given we have the theoretical discharge of 0.028 cubic meter per second and we have an actual discharge of 0.025 cubic meter per second. So for the solution, first is for us to able to get the value of slip, we have QT or the theoretical discharge minus the actual discharge. We can get a 0.003 cubic meter per second. Next is the percent slip. So the formula for the percent slip is the slip over the theoretical discharge times 100. So percent slip is 0.03 cubic meter per second, the value of the slip that we get to this first solution, over the 0.028 cubic meter per second, the theoretical discharge times 100, and we can get the percent slip at 10.71%. Next, for the problem number 10, is about velocity triangles in centrifugal pump. The impeller of a centrifugal pump rotates at 1000 rpm with an outer diameter of 0.5 meters. If the tangential velocity component at outlet is 18 meter per second, determine the theoretical head developed by the pump. So given we have the speed of 1000 rpm, diameter 0.5 meter, we have the velocity at outlet, which is 18 meter per second, and the required will be the head developed. So we have a formula of u is equals to pi d n over 60, which is we can get a 26.18 meter per second. And for us to be able to get the theoretical head, we can have the formula of theoretical head is equals to u times the velocity over the gravity. So we can get a 48.05 meter for the head. Next is for the problem number 11 is about application of turbines fundamentals and equations. It is about the hydraulic power of turbine. So a hydraulic turbine operates under a head of 45 meters with a discharge of 3.2 cubic meter per second. Determine the hydraulic power available at the turbine. So we have a given of head of 45 meters, discharge of 3.2 cubic meter per second. And the required would be the hydraulic power. So the hydraulic power will be density times gravity times the discharge times the head, which is we can get a 1412.64 kilowatts, or in watts we can get a 1 for 1,412,640 watts. Next is for the problem number 12 is about turbine efficiency. So a turbine develops at 950 kilowatts shaft power under a head of 40 meters and discharge of 3 cubic meter per second. Determine the overall efficiency of the turbine. Given is a shaft power of 950 kilowatts, a head of 40 meters, and a discharge of 3 meter cube per second. So the solution will be first, let's get the hydraulic power. Formula will be density times gravity times the discharge times the head. We can get a hydraulic power of a 12,177,200 watts, or in kilowatts, it's a 1,177.2 kilowatts. So for the overall efficiency, the formula will be the shaft power over the hydraulic power, which is equals to 950 kilowatts over 1177.2 kilowatts, and we can get a 0.8807, or in percentage, we can get a overall efficiency of 80.7%. Next is for the problem number 13, it's about Pelton wheel jet velocity. So the problem is water flows through a Pelton wheel nozzle under a head of 320 meters. Determine the jet velocity if the coefficient of velocity is 0.97. So the given is we have a head of 320 meters, and we have the coefficient of velocity of 0.97. The required will be the jet velocity, or the V. So the formula will be V is equals to CV, or the coefficient of velocity, times the square root of 2 times gravity times head. And we can get a velocity of 76.84 meter per second. For number 14 is about specific speed of turbine. So the problem will be the turbine develops 1,200 kilowatts under head of 36 meter while operating at 450 RPM. Determine the specific speed. So given we have a power of 120 kilowatts, and we have a head of 36 meters, and we have a speed of 450 RPM. The required is the specific speed. The solution for this problem is we have a formula for specific speed is equals to speed times the square root of the power over the head times raised to the power of 5 over 4, and we can get a specific speed value of 110.2 RPM. Next, for the problem number 15 is about force exerted by jet. So a water jet of the diameter 90 mm strikes a stationary flat plate normally with velocity of 25 meter per second. Determine the force exerted on the plate. We have diameter of 90 mm, or 0.09 meters, and we have a velocity of 25 meter per second. So the required is the force exerted on the plate. So the solution for this problem first is get the area, which is pi d squared over 4, and we can get a 0.0636 meter squared. And for the formula to get the force, we have the density times the area times the squared of the velocity, which is 1,000 kilogram per meter cube times 0.00636 meter squared times 25 meter per second. And we can get a force of 395 Newton. Wait a minute. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. So let's continue. We have a problem number 16. Power developed by Pelton wheel. A Pelton wheel receives water at a rate of 0.65 cubic meter per second under a head of 250 meters. If turbine efficiency is 84%, determine the power developed. We have a given of discharge of 0.65 cubic meter per second, and we have a head of 250 meters, and we have an efficiency of 84% or 0.84. So the required for this problem is the power developed. First, we need to get the hydraulic power, which is the density times gravity times the discharge times the head, and we can get a hydraulic power of 1,594,125 watts. Next is to get the power, power developed, which is um, efficiency times the hydraulic power, which is 0.85 as the efficiency times 1,594,125 watts, we can get a 1,339,065 watts or 1,339.07 kilowatts. Next, for the problem number 17. So, Francis turbine runner speed is all about for number 17. So, a Francis turbine develops a maximum efficiency at a speed ratio of 0.7. If the net head is 36 meters, determine the runner for referral speed. So we have a given of speed ratio of 0.7 and we have a head of 36 meters. For the formula of the runner for referral speed, we can get a for referral speed or U is equals to the speed ratio times the square root of 2 times gravity times the head, which is we can get a runner for referral speed of 18.59 meter per second. Next is for the problem number 18 is about draft tube calculation. So the problem is water leaves the runner at a reaction turbine with a velocity of 6 meter per second. If the draft tube reduces the velocity to 2 meters per second, determine the gain in pressure head. So given we have the velocity of 6 meter per second, velocity 1, and then we have the velocity 2 of 2 meter per second. So for the required is the pressure head. So for the pressure head formula, we have the uh, V1 squared minus V2 squared over 2G. So we can have a 6 meter per second squared minus 2 meter per second squared over the 2 times 9.81 meter per second squared. So the pressure head will be 1.63 meters. Next is for the problem number 19 is about turbine unit quantities. So a turbine develops 1,500 kilowatts under a head of 49 meters at a speed of 300 rpm. Determine the unit speed and the unit power. So for the unit speed, we can abbreviation of NU, and it can be PU for the unit power. So the given, we have a power of 1,500 kilowatts, we have a head of 49 meters, and we have a speed of 300 rpm. To solve for the unit speed, Nu is equals to speed times the square root of the head. So Nu is equals to uh, the speed of 300 rpm over the square root of 49 meters is equals to 42.86 rpm. Next is to get the unit power. P is equals to the over is equals to PU is equals to power over the head raised to the power of 3 over 2, which is we have 1,500 over 49 raised to the power of 3 over 2. We can get a unit power of 42.86 rpm. And lastly, for the number 20, is about hydraulic efficiency of Pelton wheel. We have the problem of a Pelton wheel has a jet velocity of 55 meter per second and a bucket speed of 27 meter per second. Determine hydraulic efficiency assuming no losses and a deflection angle of 180 degrees. So we have a velocity of 55 meter per second. We have a jet velocity of 55 meter per second. We have a bucket speed of 27 meters per second, and we have an angle of deflection of 180 degrees. So for the solution, we have the hydraulic efficiency is equals to 4 times the bucket speed times the jet velocity minus bucket speed over the squared of the jet velocity. So we have a 4 times 27 meter per second times 55 meter per second minus 27 meter per second over 55 meter per second squared. And we get a hydraulic efficiency of 0.9997, or in percentage, the hydraulic efficiency is 99.97%. So that's all. Thank you.